Oh, wow. Any wee hours in chat today? You go through the Reddit thread criticizing your tweets. Oh, epic Reddit threads? I love epic Reddit threads. Oh, no copy paste today between my computers. Yes. Wait. Anyone else excited for our whole healthcare system be fixed from the patron saint Luigi? The next comment accuses you. Wait, what? My main thing is that nothing happened other than some guy who's probably going to jail for life. It's a bunch of fangirls and someone died. True. The optimist in me. So things get worse, but they get better. An increase in political violence through small acts of misdirected vigilantism may hopefully be a little indicative of an increase in motivation to change a crooked system. Okay. You know, this guy didn't even have this guy wasn't even a poor person impacted by the system negatively, right? How do you guys make up so much this? It was just a rich kid who had a fine life. I don't know where this idea comes from. It's oh, well, he got burned by the system, so now he's taking vengeance. What? That didn't even happen. What are we talking about? I don't know why this feels like the piracy argument. Why can't people admit, yes, it's bad, but in this case, I don't care? I mean, I still think it's probably not a good thing, but I feel a lot differently about that opinion versus people who are celebrating it. I think there's a very small minority of people who cannot admit that thing. The point is that Destiny's kind of going into the weeds for stupid shit, like whether CEOs are good or responsible for company policy. Okay. Pretending like the CEO was just some of their workers kind of stupid. Even if he is obviously a worker, I feel like the difference is pretty obvious to most people. Hold on. I'm so sorry. But if you want to have your millionaire streamer retard commies, then we're going to play by strict definitions as laid out by Marx in Capital, okay? Meaning a worker is somebody who goes to a job and is treated as a cost of doing business, and the owner are the people who own the company who get money from exploitation of the laborer, of which the CEO is a laborer. I know that mind fucks you because you have no idea what the relationship is between labor or capital or what either of those words even mean. But a CEO is just the top manager of a company. That's it. That's all CEO means. A CEO could have no ownership of a company, or the CEO could be literally the sole owner of a company. But CEO is just the highest level manager. It has nothing to do with owning any part of a company, and it has nothing to do with being a capital owner. There's no relationship whatsoever between those two things. The issue is CEOs usually have some meaningful stake in the company. Doubt it. Meaningful to them, maybe. But I don't know if the average is that a CEO has a controlling portion of the company or some huge... I mean, they're usually compensated in stock, sure. But so are a lot of employees, depending upon what industry you're talking about. How many... I don't even know. It's not FANG anymore. How many employees get stock options or stock compensation? Don't Marxists delineate a managerial class above the workers? Yeah, sometimes. Or you've got your petite bourgeois, because some Marxists started to realize that it feels kind of shady that there are rich people who aren't owners and they want to be able to shit on them too. FANG has been replaced by the acronym FAG. Okay. Destiny is showing his rich. Very insightful, my dude. I don't know. Okay. Fuck. I can't. I don't know how much more of it. I think my subreddit, didn't we start debating this topic because it's already past 3 days? It's just a fucking These are just brain broken topics. This one and the housing one. Does he still believe that people do not hesitate or debate whether to get an ambulance? Have I ever said this ever? You should. The whole point is you should hesitate or debate on it, right? It shouldn't be like an automatic you call thing. You should think about whether or not you need the thing before calling it, right? Isn't that the whole point? I was in a car crash 6 months ago. An elderly gentleman didn't see the red light and hit me in between the front driver's side wheel and the driver door handle. He then went on to hit 2 other cars on the lanes to my right. I'm in my mid-30s with a wife and baby. Our household income is about $130K a year. We have health insurance. We have about $10K in savings for emergencies. Only a moderate amount of credit card debt and student debt. After the accident, what's the point of having an emergency savings account if you don't even use it? Okay, whatever. Only a moderate amount of credit card debt and student debt. After the accident, I managed to get out of the car, but I had a lot of bruising, and I sat down at a nearby bus stop bench. When the firefighters asked me if I needed an ambulance, my immediate first thought was no, and I refused, and I kept refusing. It was out of the question to incur any expense. Then why even have an emergency fund? And not knowing if my insurance would cover it was a risk I just couldn't take. I felt okay, just some bruises from the seatbelt across my stomach right. As soon as the firefighter started to walk away, I tried to get up to take 2 steps, and I fall down and I hit my head on the bench, and I go into a coma for 2 days. I had internal bleeding. So yeah, even at a point in my life where I could have taken the ambulance ride, I was so conditioned to refuse care due to fear of financial ruin that I probably made my situation a lot worse. Is this an argument in favor of me or against me? If you need an ambulance, you should call it, obviously. Why are you conditioned so hardcore to not call it? What, because lefties online tell you that every single ambulance trip is going to be $50 million? If you have a $10,000 emergency savings account, what the fuck is it even for? Just curious, did your insurance cover the ambulance ride? Oh, no. He's going to say it covered it. Does insurance normally cover it? Yeah. I'll be right back. Damn, at least this guy had a better story. They charged me $1,400 even with insurance. Whenever he goes off about the middle class in general, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, the American middle class is a pretty damn good life compared to a lot of people across the world. And they're definitely not starving, LOL. But when he says stuff like the average middle class family vacations Disney World every year, has 3 kids in Harvard, and is deciding they can afford a 5th new car, doesn't match my or anyone I know's lived experiences. Maybe my family's secretly poor, but that's not like upper class to me. It's like he gets his view of the middle class from Christopher Columbus movies like Home Alone. I don't think those people were supposed to be middle class. Were those people supposed to be ultra rich? Ooh, he got hit with the okay. Damn. Why do you take objection with the fact that Luigi was rich? Does that change anything about him or his philosophy? First of all, he has no philosophy. He's like 14, okay? He's not old enough to have a philosophy, number one. Number two, because the story is that this kid... Well, first, you fucking retard try to say his grandmother, okay, was like raped and stabbed to death by the CEO. And then that story changed to, okay, well, actually... he had a really bad experience with the medical system, and now he's completely fucked. And now it's just changed to, okay, sure, he's just an attractive rich white dude who is a fucking incel bored loser but it's okay because at least he killed a healthcare person. We need the, what's that near speech? It's not even a speech. It was like 3 sentences at the end of fucking Death Note. Light goes on some ramble about like, I was trying to build a new world because I was such a good person and blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, no, you're just a murderer. Boom. Destiny, he has chronic spinal pain and visual snow. What, did he do too many drugs? I have a friend with the same conditions and healthcare has been a nightmare for her. What is him having chronic spinal pain? First of all, do we even know that? Number one. Number two, what does him having chronic spinal pain have to do, or spinal pain have to do with health insurance or healthcare? It sounds like the guy had access to all the healthcare he needed. He got a fucking spinal surgery. It sounds like he had followed treatment. What part of this has anything to do with availability of healthcare? Or sounds like I can't tell if these are real comments or not. Wait, are you saying the CEO didn't actually implement the AI that denied health coverage to cut costs? If so, who did? First of all, we don't know anything about that. And that gets miscited all the time. Whatever AI implementation does, it's so stupid. First of all, we don't even know when that was implemented. Secondly, we don't even know if it was implemented in the way that people say it is, okay? Because it's just a claim made in a lawsuit. Third, that's not over the entire company. It only impacted, I think it was elderly people on a certain type of Medicare extension plan or whatever. Fourthly, it wasn't 90% of claims were denied. It was that, according to the lawsuit's claim, 90% of these denials made by this AI were successfully appealed. We don't even know what the ordinary appeal rate is. Also, by the way, you don't know the ordinary numbers for any of these things. It's just that anytime somebody makes that 90% claim, they're fucking retarded. You have no idea where it's coming from. You have no idea where it originates from. You have no idea what it means. You don't know what the context of it is. You don't even know what it impacts. You don't even know what the normal denial rate is or what's even being denied. Can't you look up the actual numbers of denial claims? I don't even know if this information is publicly available. Anything we Google around, all this shit is incredibly fucking complicated. Somebody emailed me this that I don't even remember what the fuck this person's job was, but it's something to do with the pre-authorization process that a lot of certain drugs are automatically denied like the second they're put in, and it's just like part of the routine that you call to get it approved, even though the initial claim will always be denied and you call it's like automatically approved basically after you make the call. I don't know. Bro, healthcare shit in the US is retardedly, absurdly fucking complicated. I don't know why it is. I don't know what it is that makes it that way, but okay. You know what? Is there anything that would make you walk back your take? No, there's not. You're banned. What a retarded fucking question. How about a single piece of actual data anywhere? Like just a single, any argument, a single thing besides a Twitter post from another financially illiterate dipshit or another rich person who's had all their medical coverage paid for in the United States. Every single part of it who hasn't even had a problem with healthcare. Anything, literally anything. I like how you come to this. Is there anything that would make you, like, I've tried nothing and I'm all out of options. Literally a single thing. Try one thing. One piece of any data point ever. Holy shit. Oh my, like one thing. My God. Jesus, just one anything. This interview made a real take here. 99% describing how insurance system works. People lose their minds. Yeah, it's just fucking like people like it's the idea like this is such a waste of time. Here you have hospitals, okay? In hospitals you have I call these people the charity class, okay? You have the holy doctors, the holy nurses, and the holy staff that work in these hospitals, okay? These people are all the best that society has to offer. They're the holiest, and they're just the goodest of all the good, okay? Can do no wrong ever. Most of these people foster abandoned puppies and kittens in their free time. And then you have here, we know where this is going. We won't draw the rest of that, okay? This right here are health insurance companies. What they do is, anytime you go to the hospital, they come in and they try to deny everything. You go to the hospital and the doctor's like, quick, call a code, this guy's crashing. And the health insurance company's like, no, we don't cover that here. The hospital's like, this guy needs his 5th round of chemo, 5 out of 32 patients. And the health insurance company's like, no, we only cover 2 chemos, not all 32 chemos. Let him die. Or there's a patient in the operating room and they're like, oh no, the anesthesia is wearing off. He's waking up. And then the health insurance executives are like, no, our AI told us to let him suffer. We trained a new model and it's called deep pain. And deep pain tries to optimize how much the patients suffer in surgery. So let the anesthesia wear off. Here, have some thick chains to strap him to the bed. Dems need to address the H-1B visa issue. They cannot cower from this. What do you mean? Are H-1Bs good or bad? I forget. It changes with the fucking wind because you conservatives have no principles or values on literally fucking anything because you're a fallen, destroyed people who exist only to leech from and destroy the systems around you without even understanding what you're doing. Because I thought H-1Bs were horrible and the devil, but now Elon is on Twitter crying for more H-1B visas, and now, I don't know what I'm supposed to think about them. Are they good or are they bad? I don't remember if immigrant workers are supposed to be a good thing or a bad thing. Do you agree with Elon's comments about a lack of engineers in the U.S. and that's why we need the work visas? Or do you think we have a lack of engineers willing to work the hours that Elon wants them to work at the rates that Elon wants to pay them? I mean, we probably just don't have the people. We need more people. We have so much capital here. We have so much opportunity here, but we don't have enough people to fill all the jobs. Destiny just thinks that people shouldn't be vigilantes. I mean, in general, I'm against vigilantism, but in this case, it doesn't even make sense. It's not even good vigilantism. You're not even targeting. It's just fucking dumb. That's all. It's all Gucci though. All Gucci in the hoochie. You know. Sometimes you just gotta. Hold on one sec. Read this. Hold on. Oop. And. Oop. Why? Why can't I copy paste from my computers? Okay. What? Actually, just because you're brought in on an ambulance does not mean you get seen right away. Twice now, I've been taken, and the second time I threw up in the waiting room, desperate to be seen, but got told to clean up my puke by a cop. Yeah, true. So I decided to walk the fuck out. First time was after a wreck. I waited 2 hours and left. Obviously not a big emergency either time, but I was desperate and wanted to be seen right away. I hate all of you so much. I just want you guys to know how much I fucking hate you. I have a deep burning hatred in my fucking heart for you fucking morons. I actually hate you guys so much. I hate you guys. This isn't my sub too. We're supposed to be the crazy capitalist neoliberal shill people. And even you guys are this fucking retarded on hell. Oh my God, kill me, bro. Holy shit. Yeah, so I call the ambulance, even though it's not an emergency, but I just want to be seen like sooner. And when they can't see me right away, I just get mad and I fucking leave. An ambulance is not a hospital taxi. True. Wait, my dad debated me on calling him an ambulance and was very adamant that he didn't need one. He died 3 days later. What? Did it take him 3 days to drive to the hospital? What is the context of this statement? He refused the ambulance. He was taken to the hospital by car instead. Would an EMA have saved him? Or he refused the ambulance and died at home 3 days later? He refused. I still called it and he died at the hospital. What's even the point of this? Let me, hold on. Got my hot chocolate. I don't even, what is he upset about? Whose fault is this? Also, what is up with this argument? Dan did this last night over the doxing thing. What is up with this argument where people are like, yes, because people are really good at accurately diagnosing their own condition, especially when their state of mind is affected by injury or sickness. You know that, like, you can be injured or sick and still make decisions about your life, right? Like, every injury is not house. Every sickness is not house, right? Like, you can be sick and still make a decision over, should I go to the emergency room? Should I just go to urgent care? Should I just make a doctor appointment? Should I stay? Like, you can. Like, I feel like I'll say something like, you don't need an ambulance every time, and somebody's like, oh. So you're saying if I have a traumatic brain injury where half my fucking skull has fallen off, I'm in the condition to sit there and evaluate whether or not I need a fucking ambulance, Destiny? Obviously not at that point. Where's the Subreddit post of the guy? Somebody posted the guy that showed the fucking the 6 ambulance calls for his panic attacks. Oh. Destiny, you're just so wrong about this. The entire point is that 911 operators, firefighters, emergency workers all know better than you, but you are forced to make the decision. Welcome to life. What do you mean? Yeah, you have to make difficult decisions all the time. If you're not sure, you call 911 and talk to the operator, and they can give you more information. But I mean, like, you can make these decisions, right? You're capable of. The 3-day ambulance guy is a Euro? No, he's even European. Wait, what? Wait, what the fuck? Wait, well, it just says EU. Maybe he just, like, stands for the EU. I really don't understand how you can say both. There aren't enough people in the US while also believing there aren't shortages and a free market economic system. Okay. Okay. Oh no! How could I or him have known he was going to die? LOL, should we stop calling ambulances for gunshot victims too? Oh, why? Either way, my point is more, people refuse EMS even though they really need it because they think they can weather it out or that ride is going to financially ruin them. It's a terrible way of thinking and it's pretty fucked up. Wait, but is the EU, does it mean European? Is it European? Well, I thought, what? Apparently he's Lithuanian? No shot. How do you know that? LT. He wrote LT in post celebrating death of USSR. Oh, hold on. I'm so sorry. I just remembered that I'm streaming early. If you guys are Europeans, one thing that we like to do in America is we label ourselves based on what our genealogy charts tell us. So like you might be reading a Reddit post and you're like, oh, this dude's Irish, right? No. That's a dude who lives in New York City who celebrates St. Patrick's Day. That guy's not Irish. That dude's Irish American at best, or just American. Or like say, oh, this guy's Italian. What part? And you're like, oh, are you in like Southern Italy or North? No. That guy, he lives in Boston. I'm sorry. He's never been to Italy in his entire life. He just calls himself Italian because his great-great-grandfather had an Italian last name, and he thinks he came here 100 years ago. So I don't know. Maybe this guy is Lithuanian. This guy might be Lithuanian. But I don't know if, but he also might just be an American that calls himself that. Destiny, he's American. Oh, wait, really? Hold on. Wait, what are you linking me? I was in a car crash 6 months ago. Wait, what did you link me? Oh, no, wait, fuck, I'm so sorry. You got, I can't copy paste to my computers right now. Wait. He wrote a comment saying, LOL, US at 69th place. But you think he meant LOL us at 69th place? Wait, am I getting trolled today by everybody in my stream? Hello? He meant US, not us. As a European, I'm absolutely disgusted by this football hooligan BS. Okay, this guy is European. Okay, or at least he says he's European. Why did he say... I love how no one is ever able to contradict. Why are there never examples? Where are my subreddit mods? These are the types of threads that I wake up and do drive-bys. It's always funny reading my fucking, now that all my shit is more organized, I go to my moderator Discord and they're like, oh shit, Destiny stopped by this thread. Because there'll be 100 permanent bans and the reason listed is just spam. Yes, I did do a drive-by on that thread. Yeah, I did lay in bed for 20 minutes. As the great cleansing fires. Anything needing CPR, trouble breathing, head trauma, call an ambulance. Why would you, have you seen, no offense, have you seen what an EMT looks like? If you want to survive and you need CPR, you got to go to your local gym. You got to get some of those big dudes, okay? Pull them off the, whatever retarded fucking machine they're on and say, bro, I got a new lift for you right here, okay? It's called the 2-hand pump. Have them fuck that chest up. And then you'll get to the hospital alive, okay? EMS ain't going to be able to pump that chest like it needs to be pumped. You know what I mean? I'm just curious why anyone or anything would be making decisions about medications besides doctors working directly with the patient or another direct doctor overseeing that doctor. Well, what do you, because we know generally, wait, hold on, that's like a multi-factored question or whatever. So for instance, there's like a million possible reasons why. So first of all, any insurance company is going to know roughly, they're going to have access to a fuck ton of data about like medical conditions and medical outcomes. And they'll know like what's appropriate to prescribe or what is not appropriate to prescribe, because in terms of like what's FDA approved or not. For instance, if a doctor is like, hey, I'm going to prescribe you some Vicodin to try and treat your depression, right? This would be a thing where I imagine if you were to try to put this prescription through, either the insurance company or the hospital itself might look at it and go, this is not an appropriate prescription for this condition. This would be an off-label prescription, and we don't even know off-label is something we'd recommend, so we would like deny this, or our things don't cover this or whatever, right? It could also be that your insurance doesn't cover a particular thing, or hold on, let me see if I can find this thing. Thanks for the content that's here. Thanks for the bonger monopoly money. I'm not gonna be able to find this email. Fuck it, I don't care. Have these people never heard of doctors overprescribing stuff, aka the opioid epidemic? Oh yeah, fuck. I was gonna bring that up in an argument before, but everybody's already asked pain enough. Yeah, because fuck, what argument was I having? Where I was like, I think it was with Vegan Gains. Where I was gonna be like, what do you think about the opioid epidemic? Because it's funny, because one day people are like, doctors are evil because they get kickbacks from pharmaceutical companies, and so they overprescribe medication. But now it's like, excuse me, doctors prescribe literally into the pages of the Bible, okay? I can't believe this guy. Oh, I called the ambulance because I just wanted to be seen earlier, but I got frustrated to see me immediately, so then I walked the fuck out. Oh my God. It's okay. I broke my arm and scraped my leg really fucking bad while riding my bike to the gym because someone pulled out of a parking lot and left after they almost hit me. I was asked if I needed an ambulance, and I was like, I don't know if I can afford that, so I walked back home with my bike, broken arm, metal and gravel in my leg. Here's a pic of my knee over a year later. Accident insurance and hospital insurance wouldn't have saved me from eating about $10K in bills if I went to a hospital instead of an urgent care. Wait, so you didn't even go to the hospital? I don't even understand what this post is. So you just didn't go anywhere? You just stayed home and... Okay. I heard people say this, but it's really not something that maps from my experience. I grew up in a low-income area hood, and I've seen a lot of ambulances being called. I can't think of a single instance where someone drove to the ER for a life-threatening situation. It might be the case, though. I've seen firsthand how expensive an ambulance ride can be. I worked in a corner store / bodega during college, by the way. Huh. This guy gives an anecdote, but it disagrees with our anecdotes. Down boats. Anybody got any down boats for this fucking loser? Fake story loser. Down boats. In my opinion and experience, an ambulance should be called only if a person is literally dying. In all other situations, get to the hospital on your own. You call an ambulance. Well, first of all, you don't always know if you're dying or not. There are certain things that you're, I think, generally supposed to call an ambulance on. Also, when you call 911, you don't automatically get an ambulance. You talk to a dispatcher to see if it's appropriate to send one as well, which is fine. There are certain, like, head injuries, any injury that has, like, any big exposure, like your bone is sticking out of your body or crazy shit like that, or like huge difficulty, like breathing, like airways closing. First, I like to say this woman's story is fake as fuck. Wait, what is this? I can't watch clips of myself. Fuck. What is this even a clip of? Oh.
Hold on. I have to bring attention to this because it is the fakest I've ever seen. Oh,
fake. Oh, Destiny? You know it's fake? How do you know it's fake? Why? Because it doesn't jive with your own rich person, out-of-touch experience? Tell us. Tell us. Oh, Sage.
Virtue signal cuck is actually so lame.
Oh, and like you're not virtue signaling every single time you tell the casino story for the 50 millionth time? Okay, buddy. Let's hear it.
If you're an American currently living abroad, what is one time that made you realize that America...
So I moved to the UK about 10 years ago for university, and literally my very first night there, I was fresh off the plane. It was Freshers Night, which is like the whole first week of university in the UK. You like go out drinking at like different bars or whatever.
Oh, I remember this. Fuck. Oh no. I think I have to give it to the gnome on this one. I think I have to give it to the gnome on this one. Oh no.
In the UK, you like go out drinking at like different bars or whatever, and we went out drinking, and this one girl that I was with got so drunk that on the way back home to our student accommodation, she was like, oh, I need to sit down, and she sat down and she just like passed out, and we could not wake her up. Like the girl was just like dead to the world, it seemed like. And immediately the people I was with was like, we need to call an ambulance. And being an American, I was like, we cannot call an ambulance. Like I had just met this girl, I had no idea if she could afford an ambulance, so I was like begging them not to call an ambulance.
This has never happened. This has never no version of this story has ever happened anywhere in the entire world. No version of this story has ever happened anywhere ever in the entire world ever. It's never happened before.
And they were looking at me like, do you want this person to die? Like, what is wrong with you? So they called an ambulance. The ambulance came. They like checked her out, like she was, you know, alive or whatever, and they took her to the hospital. And I was like hysterical because
I don't know what you're gonna say, but this literally happens all the time. Shut the up. It does not happen all the time. Maybe if somebody's like, oh, I got a headache, or
No, shut up. This has never happened. This story has never happened ever. What a crazy fucking story. I don't need to hear this fucking moron saying
really sick. Like, should I call the ambulance? Like, no, let's drive your ass to the
Shut up.
I'm calling cap.
Shut
Poor
up.
families are richest, and this is what they imagine poor people's lives are like. Like, poor people must be bullshit. No shot.
Putting them in medical.
Somebody's passed out and dying. People are calling a fucking ambulance.
I was like, oh my God, I've like just moved here and I've like potentially ruined this person's life by like putting them in medical debt for the next God knows how long by calling.
How much do you think a fucking ambulance is? Like, if
You're also okay. Also, I'm so sorry. I'm about to hit you with a big one. I'm gonna tank the hate. Okay, we're rebooting all of our brains on January 1st, so I'm good. I'm good losing fans. Okay, I'm good losing fans. Here it comes. Another I hate the middle class take. Ready? Are you ready? Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. All right. Fuck you if you are going out and if I ever see you buy a single mixed drink ever, don't you dare call yourself working class. If you're actually going out places and you're buying mixed drinks, motherfucker, you are automatically coded in my head as at least upper middle class. At least upper middle class, okay? No shot is some working poor motherfucker going out and buying cocktails. That is crazy to me. I didn't even know, cocktails are I don't even understand who these drinks are designed for besides rich people, bro. This is like $12 to $15 for maybe a shot of alcohol, depending on how generous your bartender is, or depending upon how cute you are and how much they want to fuck you. Like, what the fuck? You're telling me that you guys were bouncing around bars all night? Because remember, that was the context for this. She's like, oh, we were going out, we were drinking all night. That means you're rich. You're not rich, always, sorry, not rich. But you're doing okay financially. Probably enough to afford an ambulance, okay? Hot take, I know. You don't think working class / middle class people don't drink shit like whiskey and cokes? Buy your own whiskey and buy your own coke, okay? Mixed drinks are absurd. I remember I went out drinking with a friend once, and I think we each got 3 drinks in LA. To be fair, it's LA. Maybe it was more expensive. This is like 8 years ago. I remember that bill came back. It was like $14 a drink. It was like over $100 bill after tip. I was like, wait, I'm barely even drunk and I'm a lightweight. What the fuck? Cocktails are crazy. Can I look up I don't even know what cocktails cost these days. That's like a rich man's poison. Holy shit. Hold on. How much does a cocktail cost if I were to go to the Outback? No pregame before night out at bar equals not poor. Excuse me, pregame? Bro, I pregame, game, and postgame in my apartment. Why the fuck would I need to go out, okay, to get alcohol? I can buy that shit at the store. I go to the store and buy that shit. You got to differentiate between cocktails and drinks that involve a spirit and a mixer ASAP. Whoa, bro, you're using advanced alcohol terms. I don't know what the fuck that shit means, okay? I don't know what any of what you just said means. I'm talking about like margaritas and old fashions and stuff like those things. Okay, sorry, hold on. Show me the drink menu. Gingerbread cookie martini. Choose location to see price. Why the fuck would it not assume this is a zip code? Who programmed this? Oh, okay. Just show me I just want to see. I'm just curious. How much does it cost? Select location. This item is not available. Man, fuck you. Miami Beach Bar menu. I can't copy paste between my computers. Hold on. I don't know why it's doing this. Okay, synergy. Okay, we're just gonna turn it off and on. Update available. No, I don't want to do all that shit. Just... Actually, wait, hold on. Type in a chat. Okay, now to be fair, Miami Beach, the place where I live right now, this is a comical, like this is a fantasy land of pricing. Like you can, if you want to open a business here, you can put whatever dollar amount you want on the menu because nobody cares. All right, it's so expensive here. It's retarded. It's actually retarded. Is this just okay? So when it says Essential Spirits Vodka, is this just for a shot of vodka? Is this just a shot of vodka? Is that what this is? $15. Wait, are these all just shots? Jesus. Wait. $12 for a non-alcoholic cocktail? What are you paying for? What are you paying for? Now, these are not represented across the whole U.S., okay? Just to be clear. This is just... Miami Beach is just stupid. Somebody said this in chat, it was so true. Anytime you walk into a restaurant and they don't have cents on the menu, you know you're about to get fucking hosed when you open the menu and it's like burger 22. And it's like, oh, fuck me. The real bad one is when you start seeing the MPs listed like on all the fucking steaks. Like, really? You're going to tell me that this price is dynamically changing so much every single fucking day that you can't give me an ordinary price on fucking steak? Give me a break, okay? Give me a break. No shot are you on the daily updating this shit. What, you have to pay for gas when the cows come in? What does this adjust with? You're paying for the atmosphere and socialization, and if you wanted it cheap, just drink at home? What is the atmosphere and socialization? If I get drunk, I'm here to... My kid's in the other room. I don't want to say weird shit. Never mind. God. Okay. I can't even do that in a public place without getting arrested. I thought this was America. Nathan, don't you have other shit to do? Okay, anyway, sorry. Back to the totally real story.
Come on, like, I've ruined this person's whole life. Like, they suck, sure, but...
An ambulance. And like they brought me home, they sat me down and they were like, what are you freaking out about? And I explained what I was so worried about. And they were like, ambulances are free. Hospitals are free. What is wrong with you?
It's like 8K.
Oh my God. This is what Americans think about Europe. This is how we LARP. We LARP over here like this, by the way, just in case you guys didn't know. This is what we LARP as over here. It's like, so yesterday, I was in Paris, and I had this horrible situation pop up where I didn't know how to translate something. I was like, oh no, now I have to kill myself, because in the United States, when you don't know how to translate, you have to ask a police officer who's going to beat the shit out of you if you have any black ancestry. And then a friendly European walked up to me and they're like, oh, oui. And then they enrolled me in school for free. And they told me that you can actually learn everything here. And then they gave me free housing and free healthcare and free education. And now I speak fluent of 4 different languages. I hate Americans. God, I hate Americans. I hate this country.
I'm pretty sure it's like the average cost for an ambulance in the United States, I think, is around $1,500 or less.
Yeah, that's not even right. And who cares what you think? What do you mean pretty sure? Google it, retard. You're literally at a fucking computer. Nice blue hair, dipshit. Why does the background have to match? Why would you guess when you can literally just look it up right in front of you?
Yes.
And like, I hadn't realized until that point that healthcare in the UK was
That's if you have no insurance whatsoever.
completely free. And I still, to this day, like, get nervous every time I have to call an ambulance.
God, I hate it. You know what I really hate? I hate people that are... I hate people that act like they're poor and they have perfect fucking teeth. God, it's so much money. You can always see that. That's the immediate, you know, they always do this thing in like shows where it's, oh, he smells poor. Oh, he doesn't dress right. Or, oh, he doesn't speak right. It's not that. You know how you really pick out? Trust me, I went to a prep school. It's always in the teeth. You see these people, oh, that's a rich motherfucker. I knew you grew up rich because you have a perfect fucking smile. Every time you can see him, you're like, that motherfucker grew up rich. I can tell. I know it is. That's $20,000 of orthodontics went into that mouth before this person could even say their R's right. Again, every fucking time I can tell.
Like, get nervous every time I have to call an ambulance.
Like, listen to this statement.
Nervous every time I have to call an ambulance.
Yeah, we heard it.
How many fucking ambulances are you calling, Chief? Why is everybody dropping dead around you? Maybe they're trying to kill themselves to get away from how fucking retarded you are. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, based. True.
But
Also, nobody's saying anything this whole time. It's like, oh, I'm going to call the ambulance. And this girl's like, no! Oh, it's so expensive. Is this like a sitcom where nobody's saying anything to it? Like, oh, bro, don't worry about the cost.
True, actually, true. Yeah, it's like a sitcom moment. Good analogy, yeah. You ever watch the sitcoms where it's like everything could be solved if somebody would just like explain what's going on, like at the 2-minute mark, but instead they don't say anything. Like, I don't have time. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. I just got Benjamin PTSD. I can't explain.
It's like, no, don't do it. She's like diving for the phone to try to save the stranger's financial history or future. Like, come on. I'm 31 years old in the U.S. and I've never been in a situation where I need to call the ambulance. I think I've seen it twice in my life. Once is...
Oh, nice. I like how he only reads the chatter comments that agree with him to give the false illusion that there's a consensus opinion around what he's saying. He probably ignores all of the comments that disagree with him, or he just reads the dumbest ones in the straw man voice. It might not even be a bad comment, but then he reads it in the straw man voice, and I'm automatically primed to think that it's bad. Nice. Good one.
When my grandpa got a heart attack and the others when my friend growing up got hit by a car. How sore are the comments? I think a few people were calling cap on this. I remember going...
Cap? Jesus Christ, bro. I don't even think Kaisen had a streaming yet, and you're already here trying to appropriate AAV. Good one, dude. Valkyrie needs to talk to this streamer.
Into septic shock once, and I was still like, nah, let me Uber my ass to the hospital instead. If you're going septic, aren't you like dying?
Dying? Are you? I don't know. Why are you guessing? Have you been septic before?
How long to die once septic
I feel like if you're going septic, that's got to be excruciatingly painful, though, no? That's just my guess.
shock condition can kill an affected person as little as...
Oh my God. Wait, what version of Google is he using where when he Googles, the top thing that comes up is like an excerpt from a website instead of a dog shit fucking AI summary that's wrong 80% of the time?
3 stage of sepsis. This says within 12, as little as 12 hours, within a few days. You're good, yeah. I would Uber to the hospital. Fuck that. What does Dr. House say about ambulances?
Look at how he quietly acknowledges he was completely and totally fucking wrong on that, and then just tries to Google the next thing immediately to shift the focus off of how totally incorrect he was. Look at him move on to the next thing.
To steelman her point, I think she was hesitant to call the ambulance for a drunk person. They'd be all right, and yoinking 2K out of their bank account for a possible non-life-threatening emergency. Sure, I mean, like, there might be a few reasons why you wouldn't call an ambulance.
Oh, and now the classic walk back after the strong... Look at how he does the same thing he accuses Vosh of doing, right? He always says Vosh does wrong take, collects virtue for it, apologizes, gets virtue for it, and does it over and over again. So now we started with strong take, got the credit and the lulz for it, probably banned some innocent chatters, okay, that had the worst experience ever, and now he walks it back to the sensible position, and I bet he's going to be crying in 5 days that people are misrepresenting him based on clips from the beginning of the stream. Welcome to the Destiny system. Nice.
Ambulance. But none of them has to do with healthcare being too expensive. Usually it has to do with, like, this is retarded. Like, I think when me and Mel were in Amsterdam or Copenhagen, I think, there was somebody was having a bad trip on it.
Oh, I remember these 3 girls. I think a girl had eaten edibles and she was like freaking the fuck out. She was having like a panic attack and they called an ambulance. It pulled right up. But what are you gonna do?
An edible. and her two friends ended up calling the ambulance. And it's like, they sat there, but it's like, what are you gonna do? Like, they're not gonna pump her stomach for it's fucking weed. You're just gonna have to sit there and suffer for a couple hours. Like,
What if she was having a heart attack, though?
what are you gonna do?
Oh, Theresa, Jesus, what is this?
Just in time for lunch.
By lunch, you mean a conference call with the board, and by just in time, you mean 20 minutes late.
I meant sex.
You know the Vogler guy? Dr. Vogler? No, he's not a doctor, I'm sorry. He's the big investment guy, the evil black dude. I feel like he was just correct. Oh, fuck. I just had a super horrible feeling. Wait a second. Are all of the antagonists in the house show just correct? Because I was going to say Tritter is probably correct too. Because Vogler comes in and Vogler's like, excuse me, we spend millions of dollars a year on this Department of Diagnostics. Couldn't we be saving more lives with this money? And Cuddy's like, well, he saved the lives that nobody else does. Okay, and? What about like all the other people that need help? And then Tritter is like, is it Tritter? Fuck, I don't even remember which like clips or scenes I'm thinking of.
Gaining control of said medication by fraud.
No. So words mean nothing, actions mean nothing. What the hell is left?
Fuck, I don't remember what I was watching. He was talking to somebody and he's like, he's an addict, dude. He's out of control. He's going to end up hurting somebody. He's going to, addicts engage in bad behavior. And he's right. He was absolutely 100% correct on all of this. And so is Vogler. But the patients in house are retarded? Are they? What do you mean by retarded? He was talking to Wilson? Maybe. He goes and he talks to all the doctors, actually. He goes around and he interviews everybody. But... Wait, somebody said he's bad because he goes after House's friends or whatever? But I mean, all of those other people are also like faking prescriptions for him and enabling him, right? Like imagine if you had like a child who died under House's care and you find out the dude is addicted to fucking Vicodin and everybody around him is like enabling it. Also, I love drugs, okay? Nathan, don't do these until you're older. I think drugs are fun. Listen, this is my golden rule on drugs, okay? This is my golden rule on drugs. All right? You can either, drugs are fine therapeutically. So like you're prescribed something and then it's been validated as being safe for that thing over whatever period of time you prescribed it for. And then they're good for like fun enhancement. Okay, so like if you just want to have a fun night, okay, you want to do some drugs because drugs are fun, okay, that's cool. But it's not good. Well, there's two scenarios where I think taking drugs is really bad. One is if you're taking a drug regularly that you're not prescribed. So like smoking weed every day, drinking every day. I think this is really bad when you start to habit form around drugs that aren't like safe or like approved to treat something. And then the second thing is, I think this is one of the scariest traps. I think you should never, ever, ever do this ever in your entire life. Is you should never take a drug if you're dealing with a problem and you're trying to avoid the problem. Because I think that drugs are very good at whatever problem you have, they will make that problem go away in an instant, okay? And you will feel so much better. You will feel so much better if you could just do a drug instead of dealing with your problem. But I think that's like the thing where, that's like when I got to college and I skipped my first class and I was like, oh shit, I'm not gonna get any like demerits for this. I'm not gonna get in trouble for skipping class. That was a really deadly road to go down. But I think that, yeah, when you do drugs to escape things, I think it's really bad. Don't do that. But that being said, One thing I feel like when you watch TV shows where there are drug abusing people, I feel like they show the emotional impact of drugs sometimes kind of, yeah, but they never really show the health impacts of drugs that much. Like there might be like a huge blow up moment where something is too much, but they never show any like long-term or chronic or, you know, body systems degrading or like other issues that start to happen or changes in behavior long-term. I'm not fully informed on painkillers, but I feel like there are people's behavior that after like a decade or more on drugs, like you can tell, you know, if you're talking about like a tweaker or like just how like a person acts or is or whatever, it's like, okay, fuck, this guy's brain is like, this guy's a little bit wacky. This guy's a little bit kooky. This guy's been doing drugs for a long fucking time. I think my uncle's like that a little bit. But they're always like super cool and collected and awesome and chill. Like in a way, I feel like drugs in a lot of these shows get rewritten to be kind of like how cigarettes were, where cigarettes is like the cool drug. Like cigarettes is so cool. Like whatever guy you like, I have no idea why I don't smoke cigarettes because my favorite people growing up all smoked cigarettes. Because Spike in Cowboy Bebop smokes, and he's cool when he smokes too. He's super cool. And Snake smokes. I had the cigarettes in my stomach when I went to Shadow Moses. I think all the snakes smoke, and they're cool. Smoking is just a cool thing to do, and you look cool smoking. Holy fuck. God, Kurt Russell is so cool. But yeah, I feel like there was never any... I feel like every now and then, like if anything, the only bad health episodes were like the detox episodes. I don't know. Have I ever vaped? I think I tried it once. I don't know. I just really don't like anything related. I feel like I had so many family members die from like lung cancer, and I grew up inhaling so much disgusting secondhand smoke. Oh God. And there's like, I don't know how to explain it. This must be a thing, right? Is there such a thing as a smoker's cough? I knew every single time. Like I could always tell the second I heard her open her mouth, I knew exactly how many times my grandma would cough because I could always tell. It was like, and then it's like this. It was like, oh my God, holy shit. I don't know, that was traumatizing growing up. I hated hearing that. It was gross as fuck. Ugh. I think my grandma and my grandpa both had lung cancer. I wonder why some people like and others hate the smell. I love the smell as a kid, and I haven't smoked in 8 years, but I still love the smell secondhand. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I got like, I'm probably really lucky, actually. I got really good genes for hating some things. Like smoking tastes disgusting to me. Like a cigarette is gross. Like when I inhale, it's just the grossest thing ever. And so is alcohol. Alcohol just tastes gross to me. I hate the taste. I could never be an alcoholic. I could never do it. Even when I'm like recreationally drinking with like a friend and I'm trying to get wasted, it's so hard. Even wine is gross. It's so gross. It's so disgusting to me. Because I feel like if it wasn't, I don't know if I would be an alcoholic, man. Alcohol is a lot of fun. Well, as long as you drink a lot of water, it's a lot of fun. Oh my God, alcohol is so much fun, but I hate the taste of it, so it's a good regulator. Snoring too. This one time my family went out on holiday and my dad and I got the same room. I literally cried because I was able to sleep from his loud snoring. Oh, dude, that's a trauma. I can't deal with that. Yeah, if somebody's snoring, that's a big one. Us alcoholics think it tastes like shit too. We just get used to it. I don't believe you. No, there has to be something else going on there. There's no way that you think it tastes as bad as somebody who hates the taste of alcohol. I don't believe you. I think you just don't like the state of mind it gives you. You seem like the kind of person that hates being out of control of yourself. You know what? I don't even fault you for thinking that, because I feel like people like me say that a lot. I disagree though. I love being out of control. I think it's a lot of fucking fun. I'm super in my head like all the time. That's one of the fun things about drugs. It lets you like loosen up and chill a lot, which I think is a lot of fun. What about nicotine? My brain is so poisoned by like the little bit of reading I've done on ADHD stuff, so I can't tell if what I'm saying is utter bullshit or not. Just be aware of this. But I always felt like mild stimulants just never impacted me much as a kid. Like caffeine has never done fuck all for me. Like 5 Hour Energy or all that shit. Like nicotine is just never. I've never. Now it does when I'm on Vyvanse. Like if I've taken my Vyvanse and then I drink caffeine, now I actually feel a little bit of like, ooh, that's like I got a little bit of a buzz going on here. A little bit. I feel the caffeine a little bit, but prior to that, I don't know. My synapses are just fucking dead. They're just dead to caffeine. It's fucking nothing. Yeah, I don't know. I thought you drink Red Bull all the time. I just drink Red Bull because I can sip on it for a long time.
Not one of you has told me the truth about Dr. House.
The pills allow him to cope with the pain.
No, the pills distort reality. He is an addict.
True.
He's not out robbing a liquor store.
So?
Or
No, he's treating people. He needs to find a different way to cope before he kills somebody.
True.
If he hasn't done that already.
if you're right, he has a medical problem. It should be dealt with by doctors.
Well, it's
by
not being dealt with by doctors.
True.
Doctors are covering it up.
True.
The whole point of the criminal justice system is to make things right when everything else fails.
True.
With all due respect, you have failed.
Absolutely true. So you don't drink Red Bull for the caffeine? No, I don't think so. No. Do you like the taste of orange juice? Mimosas are incredible and easy to make. OJ is good. Mimosas still taste like heavily alcoholic to me, though.
3 o'clock. Give me the pills.
I don't even know this kid. How am I supposed to decide what's best for her?
Fine, I'll choose. I'm gonna side with the angry doctor's opinion.
I don't know. I feel like when I look back on a lot of these Twitter clips, I feel like he was right, you know, but I always hated Twitter because he's exactly like House without a drug addiction. Sure, I guess. If you like House, then you should watch Bones. It's a good show. I've watched Bones, Nathan. Bones is okay, but it's why would you even compare those two shows? Those aren't even remote. They're not even in the same category of shows. What? Bones is the one where that girl, anytime that girl is on the screen, you're about to see the dumbest shit in your entire life. I think, right? That's the one with the two-person hacking scene.
No way.
Wait, that's NCIS. Oh, fuck. Wait, what am I thinking of for Bones? Oh, no. Bones is where the main character girl is I wanted to say a paleontologist, but she's not a paleontologist. She looks at victims' bones and figures out crimes or something, right? But it must be a broader job, right? Footage from the DGG control room when Cyber Vegan crashed the website on election night and Cake and Jader are trying to fix the actual, to bring the site back online.
Oh, this is not.
Wow. Oh, I can copy paste between my computers again. I don't know why, but awesome. Indian's now finding me on Venmo and sending me money. Thank you all and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas supporting Elite Human Capital. My Sri Lankan fans know that I haven't forgotten them either. Okay. I need to know, okay, wait, how many Europeans are here right now? Wait, what am I doing? Hello? Are you European? Yes. No, I am American. No, I am from somewhere else. Hey Destiny, how the F did Uncle Benjen become an undead horseman knight? Also, what even the hell was season 7 with the battle on the frozen lake? Bro, just please stop. Don't do this to me right now. Have you seen Hannibal, the TV show with Mads Mikkelsen? It's pretty balling, especially season 2. No, because I'm like watching Suits, and there's like fucking 20 seasons of this fucking show. I'm invested. I shouldn't even be watching it. It's not a bad show, but I don't know if it's like an amazing show. I don't know if I would recommend it. Okay, I got a lot of Euro bros here right now. Okay. Okay, I've been talking to more Europeans, okay? What season am I on? 2. Updates on The Sopranos? I only watch The Sopranos when Lena's here, and she's not here for however, whenever she comes back, so. I'm hearing more and more Europeans tell me that they have parents that are like turning right-wing who are strangely invested in American social issues. Is this happening to everybody or just the people that I happen to talk to? Is this an ordinary thing? Like, I have a friend from Switzerland that I was talking to yesterday, and she's telling me that her mom will like show her her phone and be like, can you believe like these trans things? Or can you believe like stuff that like apparently her mom never ever gave a fuck about ever, but they're like slowly becoming more and more like, okay, have you seen like all this stuff, like shit that is not even, is this like an ordinary, is this happening to other people in Europe, or are these like just the people? This is a cancer plague in Canada. In Israel, yes, people start plugging in. The election has been heavily featured in all of our news cycles. Yes. My granddad loves Trump. He's English. Yes, in Finland also. Jesus Christ. 1,000,000% true for Germany. It's the far-right populists who are funded by Russia. It's more like if you know a right-winger, they are probably invested in U.S. right-wing issues and Trump. Our conservatives really like to copy playbooks from the U.S. Why do you think we like you so much, Destiny? My parents and grandparents are full-on Russian propaganda from Slovenia. I'm from India, and I know people talking about the crazy trans stuff going on in the U.S. Jesus. One thing that I spoke about a lot in America, I bring this concept up a lot about how there's a lot of bad things about us coming apart, but becoming more homogenous in our groups because it's demanding, it demands more of like a shared ideology between people who probably just should be too far away to have a shared ideology with each other. I never really considered that transcending like country borders, although I kind of have talked about like individual topics before, but I didn't really expand that concept but now that I think about it, I've said this before, so like on a particular policy level, it's very irritating to me when Europeans will complain about immigrants that are fucking their countries up, and then Americans will tie our immigration arguments into the European ones when the situations are like totally fucking different. When I think that there are issues relating to immigration in certain European countries, and I think that they do need to change the way that they deal with it, but that has nothing to do with America and anything we're relating to with immigration, which is funny now also. And I am vindicated by everything I say politically always, okay? Because I'm always right about every single thing I've ever said ever. That now you have Elon Musk, who's on Twitter crying about H-1B visas, okay? Also, please make no mistake. High skill immigrant is bullshit. High skill like immigrant requirements or whatever, immigrants are always good for your labor force if you can put them to work. It doesn't matter if it's a low-skill immigrant or a high-skill immigrant. It doesn't fucking matter. This idea that like, oh, we only want the immigrants that are high-skill. Why?
You don't think we can't use more construction workers or roofers or people to work at service jobs or whatever, any low skill job you can think? We need more workers there too. What do you mean? Why would you only want high skill workers? This is bullshit. But it's funny to see Elon is on Twitter because he works on a lot of jobs that probably would like to take advantage of H-1B programs or have taken advantage of H-1B programs. And he's saying like, bro, we need more immigrants here to like work these jobs. So yeah, I don't know. It's funny. I'm from Tunisia, and our president, dictator, is a huge Russia, China, Iran glazer, and he spews U.S. far-right talking about LGBT, Zionist conspiracy, etc. Behazed. Dude, my parents from Iran, whom were impacted by Trump travel ban, are starting to parrot the Trump defense. Jesus. Can you articulate why you think the EU immigration situation is different from the United States? This is vibes based. I'm going to be honest. This is vibes based, but there are things that I see from like large. I can't think of a nice way to say Muslim. Just large Muslim things that kind of scare me. Like the Charlie Hebdo shit is kind of spooky. I think that type of stuff is spooky. I'm not saying it's like it's unmanageable or completely out of control, but when I see that type of behavior happen, and then I see like politicians, it feels like kind of like run a little bit of cover for it. That type of stuff is weird. I don't think that's good. But I also think the more important part, I should have brought this up first. The more important part is that it feels like the work requirements in European countries are a lot stricter than the work requirements in USA. So like the only things I've ever heard, I've only ever kind of even barely looked. I would never even say I've deep dove into this, but like for Sweden and Germany, you get these immigrants that will come in, and because they can't speak the language or whatever, they're in the country for like a year or more and they're not working. What the fuck? Meanwhile, in the US, like you have like hundreds of thousands of immigrants that are accounted for and everything in your country, and they're not working, and they're not allowed to work. They're not even allowed to get jobs. Meanwhile, in the United States, our illegal immigrants are all working. Our illegal ones are all working. Like even the ones that are not supposed to be here have jobs. And I don't know, that just seems. Also, I do think that this is a thing that's very frustrating to me when conservatives talk about illegal immigrants to the U.S. They want to come here and destroy our country. And then I go, no, motherfucker, they want to come here and work. We got jobs for these people. Why would you assume the only reason somebody wants to come to the United States is to fuck our country over? We have a great country with a lot of opportunity. You say this all the time, right? Why would it be any different for an illegal immigrant coming here? So people come over here, I think, generally to choose to work. Conservatives will derisively refer to these people as economic migrants or whatever, or economic refugees or whatever. But fuck it, I don't care. If you want to come here and work, I think that's based. That's fucking awesome. We should do that. And we know it's awesome, even if you can't verbalize it. Intuitively, you know it's awesome, because that's why Donald Trump talks about making Canada and Mexico the 51st states, because we want those economies. Hell yeah, you got a fuck ton of workers here. We'll put these motherfuckers to work, of course. But in Europe, I think it is possible that people might be choosing to migrate for like welfare state related reasons. Again, you know, regardless of what retarded Americans think, nobody has ever illegally immigrated to the United States in the hopes of taking advantage of our wonderful welfare state. It just doesn't happen in the US. It's fucking bullshit. But I don't know if I would say the same for like, for like Germany or Sweden, because I think that the welfare states are a lot more generous in those countries, and they probably should be a little bit more, clamped down on. Your take on this? Oh, you're a retard in chat. Sorry. USA conservatives look from the EU perspective, and the EU looks from the USA perspective. I mean, people just like pick and grab whatever arguments they want to make whatever argument they want. Do you think that Suits has some things that are true in real life in some situations? Probably not that much, no? The fuck? Okay. Hey, Destiny, what about banning high-skilled labor, since those should be for citizens? I mean, our high-skilled citizen population is already deployed. We don't have any more left to hire. Have you seen any evidence of that? From what I have seen in the UK, I thought most immigrants do work. They generally have higher earnings. I think in the UK, I think immigrants generally do work, yes. That's why, I think that's why in the UK, even after you guys Brexited, I think that the migration shit like dramatically increased. And I thought, I'm way outside of my area of coverage. I haven't like read any like huge literature on this or big articles on this, but the requirements that you guys have in the UK for labor is like really big, and you need like people to come in and fill these jobs out. But yeah, so people are simultaneously like really ass panicking. It's like, well, hold on, I thought we Brexited to get rid of the immigrants, but it's like, okay, well, also
our economy is literally fucking falling apart. So, yeah. Have you changed your opinion on Lauren Southern's generation identity boat memes to stop migrants from getting to Europe? No, because that was always it's not coming from the right place, and it's not the right type of analysis, and it's not the right type of conclusion that like we have to stop them because they're culturally dissimilar or whatever other, and brown, usually because of brown. I think was a lot of for those people, yeah. Should American companies prioritize hiring native-born workers before hiring foreigners? That's literally the requirement for H-1B visas. You're supposed to show the government you've made an effort to hire locally first. Isn't there a problem with youth undergraduate employment at the moment? I'm not aware of there being any employment problems across any sector of people in the U.S. right now. You can link me stuff if you want, though. Why is wanting to stop them because they're culturally dissimilar invalid? Because I feel like culturally dissimilar is always just a dog whistle for they're brown. I think that there are probably cultural arguments you can make. Like, I don't know how you would pull this, but like if a guy thinks, for instance, I don't know if you would do a test, but like if a guy thinks you should be able to rape your wife, like this is probably not the type of person you would want in your country. I think I would be okay polling around that. But it feels like when people say like cultural similarity, they're usually just trying to say they're not white enough or they're not. That feels like what it is like every time, I guess. I don't know. Then why do you always say it's about them being brown? Because that's just what it feels like when I argue with other people. There was that, it was a guy who was he born in the UK and his parents were immigrants from Africa and he killed somebody and then people went to protest and they protested by like burning down a mosque or throwing bricks at a mosque. And it's like, why would you attack the mosque? And we did a big Discord call with these people and they were saying something like, well, it just happened to be near our protest. And it's like, okay. And I think the guy was like a Christian from Rwanda or something. And it's like, okay. Like it feels like it's just anti-brown, anti-Islam is like what all the anger is at. And I don't think that's just a good targeter. But I don't know, that's just me as an American. That guy was born in the UK. Yeah, okay. His parents were from Rwanda, I think. Do you think that the H-1B requirement to search for local hires first or whatever is actually enforced? I imagine it's very difficult to do that in practice. I mean, like, these people in these sectors are all making high wages and they don't seem to be having employment issues. So my guess is they're probably, it's enforced enough, yeah? You know that Islam does not equal brown, right? You can be white and be Muslim. Attacking Islam isn't racist. Okay. Found the racist. Found him. Nice.
Hassan has autism.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So it's not a joke anymore.
No. I was going through the test. Mm-hmm. So many of them, I was like, this sounds like Hassan.
Was there like blatantly ignore people around you?
Yes.
Did you write the test? Why do you know that? I got 127 on my test. Okay.
Just for reference.
And 130 is like
35.
If you got 130, you're like, you definitely have like pretty substantial autism, but I was right underneath it, which means maybe I don't have it.
I think the first comment was somebody that's like, hey, I scored 122 and I'm full diagnosed.
Yeah.
Stranger things have happened.
I'm so glad I don't have autism because I'm the least autistic person ever. Read my comments. Destiny, I just graduated and it was difficult to get a job in finance because so much overhiring during COVID. Young college graduate unemployment is higher than all workers for one of the first times ever. Yeah, there might be some high unemployment right now between this group of people, but I don't know if it's like that's like a trend thing. Like during COVID, I think there was a huge overhiring in certain sectors, tech especially, and then I think there was a lot of let goes from there. But I don't think this is like these people are chronically underemployed. I think there's just been a bit of a correction, so it might be a little bit low right now, but I don't think it's like super fucked. Unemployment rates for recent college grads versus other groups. Oh, like even right now, it's 5.3%, which might be a tad high, but even that's not. It doesn't seem to be like super out of the norm or anything, no? It seems to be right in line almost. My friend did computer science and has struggled to find a job out of college. Okay, real quick, for the 4 broke people that listen to me, okay, who don't understand, when wealthy people, okay, so like the people that watch my stream, when wealthy people in chat say things like, my friend did a computer science degree and he struggled to find a job, when people say that, what they're actually saying is my friend graduated with a computer science degree in a place like St. Louis or Kansas City or Omaha or Detroit or something like this, and he really wants to move to LA to work as a programmer, and he applied to 2 places there, and they weren't hiring right out of college for over 95 a year, and so he can't find a job that he wants there. When people like that say things like, oh, he graduated with this degree and he can't find a job, that's what they mean when they say that, just so you know, okay? So don't get mind fucked by these people, okay? That's what they mean when they say that, all right? That's always what they mean when they say it, because nobody that can type on a fucking keyboard today in the US economy is having trouble finding a job, all right? They just can't find a job in their specific market, in the place that they want to live, with the compensation they're looking for, all right? Always. Do you not think that underemployment is an issue? I would have to read more on it. I've read like 2 sides of that thing, and I'm not sure if I believe in it or not right now. Some people will say that underemployment means that you graduate with a college degree and you weren't able to find something within your particular major, and so there's an issue there with underemployment. But then the counter argument I've heard is college degrees are versatile enough that if you graduate with a degree, you can find a job that's even not directly related to your degree and still get paid more than if you didn't have a college degree at all. So in that case, you're not underemployed, you've found gainful employment. It's just not directly related to your college degree, so it's not even a bad thing. So I don't know. I don't know if I believe that like underemployment is a huge issue or not. I'm not sure. I just don't have a strong opinion on that. Destiny thinks degrees just solve every damn thing. It's saturated full. You understand that like I'm 5'8" right now, right? I had 2 or 3 other friends in high school who were, one was 5'6" and the other 2 were 5'7". After they graduated with their degrees, they were both, I think the shortest one now is like 5'11", and one guy got up to 6'2", okay? Because he went for his master's. So yes, degrees can solve a ton of problems in your life that you're not even aware of.